What's up, everyone? Welcome back.
Every week we follow the boys in claret and blue. Get
Every
in
week.
City who? Come on.
Pep
Who?
Yeah, well, sorry for the delay in getting this episode out. Unfortunately, I've been a bit chaotic. I think Gaz has been chaotic as well. But Gaz has done very well.
It's Christmas, man.
You've been keeping up your shorts, mate. You have been doing very well with those. I'm very impressed with that. But yes, we felt like we had to get on to talk about
it's important.
A fantastic win against City. Regardless of their form, regardless of all this stuff everyone talks about, it was a really good performance. But I just want to quickly, Gaz, first, how are you? How's Christmas plan setting in? How are you doing?
Yeah, good, mate. It's just chaos, isn't it? Like with the trying to get everything done and ready, and obviously we're doing this and keeping up with the shorts. It's just been ultimate chaos, but I'm loving life, and let's get it on. Let's bring on this festive period. I'm excited about it now. After Saturday, I think.
Games coming thick and fast.
A lot of games coming up. Yeah, thick and fast. I was. One thing's for sure. Shouldn't be going to watch Villa City at Villa Park ever, because I didn't go last year because I was away, and we absolutely battered them. And then on Saturday, I was away Mansfield with a football thing for my daughter, and we battered them again.
Yeah.
I got to watch the second half in the pub, which was like unreal. And we could have.
If we could just play City every week, I think we'd be top of the league. We'd be absolutely fine.
Mate, they're crap, aren't they?
Quickly onto that. So I think one of the debates that's been going around on some of the podcasts is, was this better than last season? Is this a better performance or results than last season?
I would say no. I think last season was better because they were still flying high, weren't they?
It was really important as well. When we were like kind of title contenders.
Yeah.
It was these guys and then Arsenal.
It was the start of that week, wasn't it? And to win both of those was immense. And I think both teams, to beat an Arsenal side and a Man City side in the same week, that were actually flying. Let's face it, Man City, what was that, 1 win in 12? I mean,
it's not even just 1 win in 12. I think there's only like 2 draws in there.
Yeah, it's bad.
You saw the chart on like Sky or whatever. It's just L.
Mate, we've waited 6 seasons. I mean, to have this slump. I don't know what's going on with them, but they're not doing Man City things. Like the first goal's a prime example of that. It's 2 passes straight down the middle of their spine of their team. And tell me another time when Man City have conceded a goal like that, straight down the middle, 2 passes down the middle.
It started 90 seconds in.
Yeah. Well, Duran, yeah.
Again, wins the ball. Duran, not gonna lie, should be scoring that.
He turned into Watkins, didn't he? He was Prime Watkins. It was like, oh no, I haven't read the script.
He did what Duran does. He shot way too early. I was like,
yeah,
mate, why have you not taken like another 1 or 2 touches?
Yeah.
Lost it.
Mate, he could have just rounded the keeper, couldn't he? He had all the time in the world to take it forward.
He was a bit too early, I think, in the game. He was caught a bit cold and didn't quite know what to do at the time.
But mate, he had 3 glorious chances. He scored 1 goal. I like those odds, man. Those ratios.
No, I agree. And we'll get onto the Duran thing now. Anyway, obviously the lineup came out. Duran starting again.
Yeah.
Is Duran now our starting striker?
Well, he's made himself the starting striker, hasn't he? I mean, if you think about it, he started the last 2 games. He scored in both of them. Like that's all. We've said this.
I think you've got 2 strikers who are So Watkins has obviously done it over a longer period.
Yeah.
Like you can't deny Watkins has been very good for like
100%.
3 consistently good as well.
Yeah.
He has streaks, and we know this, but he does a lot for the team, and he suits the way we play. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Duran last season we saw sparks of it, but he wasn't there at all. He was a bit of a wild card, a bit mental. Like he'd either come on and score 1 goal or get sent off. That was
he's definitely. It's fair to say that Duran is definitely unstable. That's 100% accurate.
Unstable. Yeah, he's great. But I think what's interesting is that we've got these 2 strikers who are both. Duran, I think, needs to prove it for a longer period for me.
Yeah, of course.
But we can, it's Duran's to lose. So as soon as Duran starts not firing, then he's got Watkins. And then if Watkins doesn't fire and Duran comes on and starts scoring, then there's Duran again. So I think for us, it's not like we've got a starting striker. I think we've got a striker that starts games. So it depends on who's on form. And to be honest, it's the same in other positions. He does the same. He does the same in other positions. If he's playing really well, if he has a few bad games, he'll drop him out and he'll move in either, I don't know, Buendia, or put Tielemans higher up or McGinn higher up. He does do it. And this is the first time really that I feel like Duran is probably actually, each week I'm going, he's starting against Newcastle.
Yeah. Well, 100%. I think for me, and I obviously, if it were new Emery, I'd ask him this question: is it all about progression, right? Because if you look at the last 2 seasons, like you say, I don't disagree with what you just said about Watkins in terms of he's done it over a longer period. His stats are good, and I will always stick by that he's not clinical enough. So when we come to this season now, where we have to push on because it's going to be hard, it's naturally going to be hard now to finish in that top 4 to kind of challenge for Europe to get to where we want to be. So those players that are in that team now, i.e. Watkins, you're looking for that progression to be that bit more clinical, to up your numbers, to kind of. So, and like you said, Duran was a bit of a loose cannon last year, but you can't argue with his game to goal ratio minutes that he's had this season. And so I think it's a natural progression for him to start. And while he's scoring, you keep with that. And it's a good headache to have. Like when he made the substitution at the right time for me on Saturday, when he brought Watkins on, I thought, brilliant, they're going to be tired anyway.
Yeah, like
and Watkins will run them and stretch them. But then in true Watkins fashion, why doesn't he go across the keeper?
Why did he go to his right? Why did he go to his right?
But he doesn't. What he doesn't do. Look, I'm getting close to the camera because it makes me so mad. He doesn't look up. He doesn't pick a finish. His head is down, and he just whacks it. And it's almost like
I think he's just concentrating on making good contact. He's like,
well, exactly. So he's a stats boy, isn't he? Because it's going to go around his little static system, shot on target. Oh my God, you knob! You're a knob. Like just. I'd rather him try and bend it far post or smash it across the goalkeeper because the keeper saves it and parries it into. Someone was running in. I don't know who it was. Right, and we get a goal, but he's just.
I think it was McGinn.
I've just lost my microphone and everything. This is how angry it makes me. Just wait there. I'm coming back.
He's so angry.
That's it, Watkins. You owe me a new microphone as well. I expect it in the post. Merry Christmas.
So yeah, straight in your camera. Right. So a question to you would be: so Watkins isn't going to want to sit on the bench.
No, he's not.
He's not going to want to sit on the bench. He wants to be in the England team. He wants to be like playing minutes. Duran's not going to sit on the bench because the way he's playing, right? So obviously, like, we're not going to get too much into it, but the rumour mill's starting in about like Jan, and it will start as well about the summer, right?
Yeah, of course.
So if it comes in and you've got to choose which one to sell.
Oh God, good question. And at this point, it would have to be Watkins because you've got to think about the future now.
The thing for me is, I think someone comes knocking for Duran and he's insisting on leaving. He could this PSG link or someone like that comes in and he's like, because he's like, I mean, he's 20, 21, I think.
20, just turned 21, isn't he? Just his birthday last week.
So he's ego like oozing. He's just love me.
He's like Mario Balotelli, isn't he? He's just like that. He's just.
I tell you what, that is a great example. Yes, that is a great example.
And he will ultimately cause chaos wherever he goes. I mean, I'm talking about ideal scenario, and if you look at it on paper, right? If you look at Watkins' age and kind of where he's doing it, it would be natural to sell him in the future. But like you say, Duran is so unstable. If someone comes and offers 130 million and 250 grand a week, he's like, he just won't turn up to train on January the whatever it is. Really, he's gone.
He's going to be posting social media posts. Hey, you remember the start of this season? I remember after the Hammers thing. You were literally like, get rid of him. I don't. Oh,
mate, kill it! I was like, assassinate him. Get rid of him. He's dead to me. He's dead to me, Duran.
You were proper on that back.
Yeah, I was. Well, I didn't think there's any way back, but at the end of the day, the proof's in the pudding. It's the way you change opinions like that, and he's complete. I'll absolutely eat my Christmas hat. Like you prove it on the pitch, didn't you? You just get out there and you do it, and that's what he's done. And football is that fickle. It's like it's a formed game, and at the moment, like this is such a crucial 2 games, Newcastle and Brighton. Right, because if you were to win both of those games, we're well in the mix, man. Don't get me wrong.
They're massively important, especially after Bournemouth winning.
Yeah.
They're going good guns. Forest just keep winning. Honestly, for me,
what's going on with Forest?
Killing me. It's killing me. Literally, they will not shut up. They are like, get off your high horse, like seriously.
Mate, trust me. I know this for those who don't know. James's in-laws are all massive Forest fans. So, mate, that horse is going to bolt and they're going to come crashing down.
It's hasn't it? It's got to.
They haven't got the squad to maintain it. They haven't. They just haven't.
He's done it before, though. He's done it with Wolves. He gone into Europe.
Yeah, no, he did, but not Champions League, mate. When it went after Christmas, when the fixtures start coming thick and fast.
Look, Forest are like my second team. I'd like them to do well. I just want them to finish below Villa.
Yes, I agree.
That's all I want.
Mate, they can finish fifth and have a Europa League place, and we'll take the Champions League place.
Absolutely fine with that. If we finish fourth and they finish fifth,
Happy New Year, mate.
Whatever. As long as so quickly on to obviously standout performance. Obviously, we just talked about Duran. Scored again. I think he scored every start now, by the way, which is actually
that's a crazy stat, man. That is
crazy. Stat because I've always said I don't think he starts well, and then someone was saying it, and they were like, every Premier League start is this season, by the way. Every Premier League start this season, he scored, which is pretty nuts.
I think people use that as an excuse, mate, to not want to nudge Watkins out of the way. It's a good excuse, isn't it, to say he doesn't start as well as Watkins, but proof's in the stat, mate.
You can't argue with that now.
Nope.
Rodgers and Tielemans. That pass from Tielemans was ridiculous. He fell over as well.
Can I just say, right, because this is brilliant. So obviously, in my shorts, and you guys have hopefully seen it, I met Tielemans last Thursday at Acorns, right?
You gave him a team talk. Did you say to him, mate?
I absolutely did. I was like, and he looked at me as if I was some sort of a wild animal, like, going to get away from me, you idiot. Like, just, but I said to him, what about the City game? What do you reckon? And he actually said to me, he said, we're going to win. He said, I promise you we're going to win. That's what he said. He said, I promise you we're going to win. And I went, I'm going to hold to that. And
no tongue in cheek. He literally
no tongue in cheek. He said, I promise you we're going to win. And it'll probably be 2-1, right? And that's why
in my little put a bet on straight away.
Well, I should have. And then I kind of agree with that. And that one short I said, I reckon 2-1, Duran to score and Tielemans to score, because I thought he was that confident. Tielemans to score, and he didn't. But obviously,
I'll tell you what, right?
He was man of the match, mate, by a country mile. He was superb.
I think the setup we had in that game makes sense for me. Having Kamara and Onana both in there, just solid. It's like Kamara and Dougie.
Yeah, brick wall, isn't it? Brick wall.
Tielemans in front. Rodgers he's coming off the left, right?
Yeah.
I think he's better off the left. And I think another thing actually that was good for Rodgers is that I do think him and Duran work a little bit better together than like I was saying before about Rodgers and Watkins.
Do you know why that is? Because they're both children. That's why.
Like, but they're both doing little flicks and stuff. I'm like, what's going on here? This is mad.
But mate, it's a bit like if anyone plays football, if you play with someone up front or off somebody, like, your relationship with them is key. And if you've got like someone who's nearly 10 years older than you, you're not going to have that chemistry. You're not going to have the same things in common, right? And I've no doubt that Rodgers and Duran are both just a little bit, like, crazy and getting off the pitch.
And they're just like, fun.
Because Rodgers literally, when he's like that, he's unplayable. He's unplayable. He's big. He's powerful.
When he turns, and picks up the ball, he just runs. It's just no one's stopping him.
No, well, mate, and the biggest thing on Saturday was end product. Two more. I know he didn't get the beginner, got the assist for the second goal for him, but he basically started the whole move, didn't he? He picks the ball, runs 70 yards, lays it out to him, carries on, and a brilliant finish. And the first goal,
he assisted the assist for his goal.
Yeah. I'll just get involved.
First goal, didn't he?
Yeah. And, Watkins probably would have missed that first goal, because that's exactly what he did for Arsenal, wouldn't he? And you just go...
Well, I will say, obviously he did score it. I will say...
Oh, here we go. We kicked it into the floor. That's what you're going to say, aren't you? Because
he didn't look like he did that at all. If he didn't scuff that, maybe say that.
Have you not seen it? It's all over TikTok and YouTube, this new bounce pass cries where they hit it into the floor. He meant it 100%.
Don't give me this rubbish. Love me now.
No, mate, look, the thing is, when you're in form, those kind of things go for you. That little look, you hit it into the ground, it goes over the keeper.
That's what happened with Watkins last season. Everything he touched turned to goal.
Yeah. And look, I know I've really kind of been hard on Watkins, but, I value what he brings to the team,
high expectations.
But it's the expectations and wanting to move to the next level. And that all I'm saying is, with him in the squad, we've missed up massive opportunities this year, like in games that we've been in, and actually we'd probably be close to the top of the league if we hadn't made, if we'd have taken those chances. And he's been at the heart of that. So it's difficult. And obviously you can't have a perfect game of football every time you play. Of course you're going to miss chances. Of course you're going to make mistakes. That's fine. But you've got to keep going. But when you start going into 8, 9, 10 games of not kind of converting, it becomes an issue, doesn't it? Because you start to lose ground. We had that wobble, whatever, 8, 9 games. Yeah. And then, we should have beaten Forest, really. 87th minute, 1-0 up, to lose 2-1 is disappointing, man, whatever way you look at it. But then, if I'm honest, I didn't expect it. I was really nervous about Saturday's game because I thought City are due a result. They're not going to...
If any team needs a lift, if they come to Villa Park, that's when it happens.
But fair play to them. That's within literally to a year to the day, bar a couple of weeks. So it was the 8th of December last year, but it was something like that, 8th or 9th. We've played them off the park. Like literally played them off the park, mate. Like
2-1 was flattering. They shouldn't.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, that goal was like what?
Dean,
we can't keep Dean for shit. No,
and that, mate. If you look at the top of the table, right, 5th with 0 goal difference, it's killing us. We've got to rectify it. I don't know how we do that because we just keep making silly.
I was a little surprised Mings didn't start after, or is he still not well? I don't know because he pulled out, didn't he, with illness in the?
Yeah, he did. That was disappointing because I was excited for him to start. And maybe obviously something not quite right there, but it's. I think he will make a difference because in the games that he played against Brentford and Southampton, like that's natural leadership, that the aerial presence, just throwing stuff down, like those little mistakes don't happen. And it's something in the new year. And hopefully over the Christmas period, mate, I'd love to to go away at Newcastle and sneak a 1-0 win, right? And even if it's beat Brighton at home, keep 2 clean sheets, right? Take it into 2024. That's what we've got to do because ultimately you're not going to lose football games if you don't concede goals.
Yeah, exactly. Which is what happened last season. We had, what was it? 7 or 8 games or something?
Well, yeah. The Man City and the Arsenal games last year are prime examples of that. And 2 1-0 victories, just kind of keep it tight. Don't ride your luck a little bit by all means. But we didn't really make these little individual errors that we've been making, whether it be positional sense or.
This is what's so frustrating about it is that we're not conceding from bad defending. We're conceding from a random mistake or error or like a misplaced pass or like someone getting dispossessed or something like that. It's not like they're playing it round us.
No.
None of that.
Yeah, it's we've been the makings of our own wrongdoing, definitely.
Yeah, it's been really frustrating. Really frustrating. Next thing, this thing.
Oh, let's go. I've been wanting to talk.
What was your thoughts on Jackie Boy's 3 fingers?
It's massively disappointing, mate, because it just shows that
he hasn't said anything about it either, has he?
No, I've lost a little bit of respect for him. I have, because I wasn't against Grealish when he left. It was the right thing to do. 100 million pure profit. I didn't hold anything against him. Fair play. He's gone away and had a successful career at Man City. But we all know that Pep's ruined him. It absolutely ruined him. His time was on. He was dreadful on Saturday. Now he's always said that he wants
single-handedly, has he? He hasn't actually had very much input at all, if I'm honest, into their.
Mate, he's like the mascot that's just turned up and got claimed a medal because he turned up for 5 games in the season. Do you know what I mean?
Was it Calvin Phillips? It was actually it's frustrating.
It's a sad sight to see.
He was obviously getting stick, but he should expect that. And he's always said that he loves it. He loves getting the stick, and he just kind of him and all that kind of stuff. To then go like that to
but the thing is,
your own home club, it's like, oh man, come on.
I think it was kind of.
I think there may have been, probably not because of where we've got to, but there may have been a point of him coming back like later in his career. But I don't think that's going to happen now. I can't see it. I think he's moved. He's obviously shown that. I think he's moved on.
Yeah, he's moved on, hasn't he?
We've moved on from him, to be fair, as well. But yeah, I didn't like that at all, personally.
Nah, mate. I I couldn't believe it. And then there's two things that he did. There was the three things, but then he also started having a go at Konza and Martinez at half time. And I don't know what that was about. I saw that afterwards. Right.
Yeah,
and obviously Konza knows him really well. And it's disappointing because this is a kid that's been with the Villa since he was 6, 7, 8 years old, whatever it was. Right. His whole family of Villa fans. He's a local boy. You're cutting off your nose to spite your face. He could have had a pathway back into football, like to finish his career at the Villa. And now, it'll still happen. And if he does come back, maybe like time's a healer and all that. But
it's interesting. This usually this thing really blows up, like becomes like a big thing, and like
it
hasn't been a lot. I haven't really heard much about it. It hasn't been like bits.
I'm convinced that that's because of Emery. There's no way Emery's going to make it anything about that. I also
think actually because we won the game. I think if we hadn't won the game, it would have been a little bit more like, oh, Jack, Grealish winding up the fans, blah, 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 and then City go and win the match or, whatever. Whereas I think because we were just like, I don't really care.
And also, who holds up three fingers like that? Right?
Like
This is like basically showing us his IQ. Do you know what I mean? That's what it is, isn't it?
He's trying to do that. I think he got misinterpreted. He was trying to go.
He's supposed to do that. Okay.
He's got like this.
I think it's fair to say that most of us know that Jack is not the sharpest knife in the tool shed or kitchen.
It's the best thing since sliced veg, mate.
Mate, well, I think it comes back to look at things like when he was away with England, and Jordan Henderson said to him, like, you need to put on the map where you're from, and he's like,
"Oh yeah, I saw that." you saw the best thing since sliced veg, right?
Yeah, mate. And also, what's an encyclopedia? I don't know what that is. Right? No, it's a good job.
It was funny when he was with us. He was like, "Oh, he's just he's just simple but happy. He's like." He loves football and all that stuff, and now we're just like, it's
a good job. He's earning 300k a week at Man City because he'd be absolutely screwed otherwise. Like, but if you listen to any of his social media, he's going to be a super DJ when he finishes football.
Nice,
like that's the mate. Just I don't know. It's almost like he's had his finger chopped off. I don't like what's.
I don't know.
1, 2, 3, Jack, or 1, 2, 3, but.
You could have done like this or something. You could have done this like thing or something like that. But anyway,
massively disappointed. Screw him. Right up the Villa. Like let's finish above Man City and let him retire. And when he wants to come back at the end of next season, just go. Nah, sorry, mate. No room at the inn.
A quick couple of minutes on finishing above City. What is happening to City? What is going on there? Is it because also I feel like it's not something that just kind of like slowly happened. I mean, they've had stuff where they've always like ground out results. They've always managed to find a way to win, whereas they're not doing that now. Rodri, obviously, there was a Rodri injury, which everyone goes to, and then they've had some players missing. He still doesn't start De Bruyne and all this kind of stuff because having to manage his minutes. It's always kind of but that doesn't make your team capitulate like they are. Something's going on.
So something is going on, and if we're just judging it over the last 3 or 4 games I've seen them play, they're obviously missing Rodri, but they're missing that position. Right, whoever's playing in that position is not doing it as well as Rodri can do anyway. But I have never seen a Man City side in the last 6 seasons be as sloppy in possession as they have been in the last few weeks. Like the way they give the ball away and leave themselves exposed. Our first goal was classic, mate. There's no way. I have never seen Man City concede a goal like that. We literally, don't get me wrong, it was a great goal from our perspective. But they're all over the shop. They're like from Tielemans beating the first press to the ball being played to no one following Rodgers, just allowing him to run clean through. And then they're just exposed. It was so easy. It was like a Sunday league game. Do you know what I mean? Like you're watching just 3 passes goal.
We could have scored we could have scored 4 or 5. We were cutting through them, and obviously I think we played well, but I think we made them bad, but I think they're just also just like so off it. Like I don't know who they've got next, but like whoever it is, they should fancy themselves. I mean, I think they were 2-1 against to beat us, which I think is actually quite long odds for City usually. But I knew I should have put a bet on. I had a feeling about that game. I should have put a bet.
Mate, I should have listened to my mate Yuri, mate, and just gone with that one straight from the off.
But how long? I suppose we had this thing where I asked you before about Emery. And I was like, how long do you give Emery? How long do they give Pep?
Well, let's face it, mate. If that was any other manager now in the Premier League,
top 6.
Who knows? He's just signed a new 1-year extension, hasn't he? So
2 years. I think it's 2 years.
Is it 2? Okay. Well,
yeah, he's got next season and then the season after. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you've got to. I just think anybody else on that form is looking at getting a sack. And obviously, he's got money. He must have stuff in the bank. 6 seasons, 5 champions. Like,
I wonder if they'll do anything in January, just like emergency. Like, are they going to try and do stuff, or are they might just go, look, finish as high as you can. You should still be getting Champions League with the squad you've got.
They should be. They should be. It's interesting because
I'm going to be annoyed, by the way, if we miss out on like 4th because Man City have had a bad season, decided to like just finish 4th.
Yeah. Well, you write them off at your peril, don't you? And usually after Christmas, they come. They come back and they could easily still win with the squad they've got the next 14 games.
They could just win like 20 games in a row.
And then it'll be like one of the greatest comebacks of the Premier League history. Liverpool, and then you get. And and then it's game over. So I hope me personally, I hope they sack Guardiola, bring in, I don't know, somebody else. Maybe the first female football manager in the Premier League. That'd be amazing to take over at City. And try and build it up from the get go. I can't imagine that will happen having Saudi owners, but you never know. Cheerio, Pep. He's ruined it. He's ruined it for himself. He's got to go. Sack him now.
No, I think he'll get a summer. He'll get next season to like try and build it.
Yeah, of course he will. And any Man City fan that's calling for his head's an absolute buffoon, aren't they?
It might be that this season goes okay. Next season's a bit of like building, and it's the season after that because they're going to have to change their team quite. Like it's not like they're going to just get 1 or 2 players in. They're going to need to really rotate some of those players because they're getting on.
Well, on one of the City fan pages,
Carl Walker's not a player he was.
No, he's not. He's past his mate. He looked when he came on Saturday. Like he was a mile off the pace. He was. I read something interesting. So you talk about maybe next season or in January where they're going to go and buy or whatever because they haven't. Look at the players they've sold in the last couple of seasons, or even it started when they sold Mahrez. Right, right, and
Mahrez,
they got
Alvarez.
Yes, Alvarez. Right, Jesus. They haven't really replaced those players. Not really. Not with the quality. So, as much as they've got a great squad, they're missing those players. Like you would think, if Roger was out, you would have those players in and around the squad still scoring goals. Like Cole Palmer, they're solely relying on Haaland to score goals. And one of the biggest shocks to me who's gone off the board is Bernardo Silva. Morgan, this goes on, doesn't it? It's if you look at the players that have gone off the ball, Foden and Silva for them. Foden was unplayable last year. Easily the best player in the Premier League. And this year,
first goal they scored against us. First goal of the season.
Yeah. What's that? 17 games in and only 1 goal. I mean, these all we talk about Watkins and being clinical and all that, but they've always Man City have had goals from all over the pitch, and now that's just not happening. They didn't really look a threat on Saturday. I can't remember them.
No. Having
anything of significant
goal, and then was there 1 save? I think Martinez had to make maybe.
Well, it was only few and far between. It's just unheard of, really. Even in the game last year, they started the game well and had 2 or 3. Holland should have probably put 1-0, and we rode that, and then we just got into the game and grew.
Well, we broke the record. I think it was. I can't remember if it was most shots or they had the least shots on time. I can't remember.
Yeah,
but in there under Pep or something, it was something mental. They're struggling, so it'll be interesting to see how they're going. But so now on to like other Villa news. So just quickly on to Louie Barry.
Louie Barry, yeah. What's your thoughts on that?
I presume, and I'm sure. I don't know whether I thought it or whether I read about it somewhere that it was likely we were going to recall him in January to look to loan him out to a Championship club because he's currently out. Is it Stockport? I think.
Yeah.
So he's in League One. And he's banging a goal. He's had a couple of stints already in the Championship or League One, and he's kind of done okay. And now he's banging them in. So now they're like, right, get him into a Championship. My view is they're looking to loan him to a Championship club to see if he can do well again, to sell him in the summer because of PSR.
Mate, I mean, I've got two thoughts on this.
Is he classed as homegrown? Because we got him from
Barcelona, didn't we? Yeah,
Barcelona,
yeah. He would be homegrown because he originally was at West Brom, wasn't he?
Yeah, so I don't know if it's like pure profit or it's good profit because he didn't cost much. So,
well, the thing is, the two theories on this one. One, Emery's had enough of Watkins and his turfing him out in January, and
there's no way we're going to have Louie Barry and John.
And Louie Barry's coming to be our saviour, right? No. Obviously that's a kind of a joke thing. But I went to the pre-season friendly against Walsall where Barry played, and his body language was not good, mate. If I'm honest, it looked like he didn't want to be there, and obviously the low moon was secured. He's going to Stockport, and I think he's happy there. I think that they're gutted. I saw on their Twitter page, like, thanks Louie Barry for it'll be his last game on New Year's Day. I think he's playing for them, and then he's coming back. And they're trying to get all the fans down there to wish him well. I think he's probably a League One, maybe Championship player at best. I'd like to prove him wrong. He showed a lot of potential, like in that FA Cup tie a couple of years ago when he scored. I think there's a finisher there. But
I remember that.
Yeah, great goal. But I just don't see him fitting into Emery's plans. So it's interesting that he's recording. So I'm probably inclined to agree with you that it's either looking to get him out straight away in order to get some profit sustainability going on.
There's already Championship like Leeds and stuff, I think are already in for him. So I think he's definitely going out on loan. Otherwise, it was pointless. I don't know why we would have brought him back. He's not going to. No one even think about the fact that he's.
But mate, where's the fairy tale? Like since Grealish, we've had no one come through the youth. Imagine him coming through and being a 30-goal a season striker. Imagine it. It could be like a Christmas miracle, mate. He comes back and like Louie Barry, our saviour, scores 20 goals in the second half of the season. No, it's never going to happen. He's on his way out, but
he'll go on loan in the Championship, and I do think it's with a view to. It'll probably be it might even be a loan to sale, like option to buy kind of thing.
Yeah,
I think
shame really, but we've got to balance the books, and like I say, which is why our finishing position this year is massive, because with Champions League money coming in from this season, if we can do it again, right? Whether that's
Champions League, bloody hell! Like, I mean, Europa's like 5th, 6th.
I mean, Champions League's a big ass, mate, but. Yeah, but we've got to get in those European places. Champions League would be ideal because it just mean we can start shopping in the big boy leagues, mate. Do you know what I mean?
Imagine that. Imagine Emery coming in, taking us from 17 goal difference to Conference League to Champions League, back-to-back seasons, possibly, possibly last 16 quarterfinals of the current. What the?
Just move that McGregor statue out the way outside the Trinity and just put the Emery one there right now. Do you know what I mean? Like in like a Rocky pose. Do you know what I mean?
What does he have to do actually do you think to be our greatest man? I mean, he's only been here 2 seasons. It's ridiculous. To be our greatest man, I mean, he's got to win something.
He's got to win. He's
already said he wants to win a trophy.
Yeah. You know what I'd ultimately love, right? I think for him to be the greatest manager ever, he's got to stick around. He's got to do. He can't just win one thing and then bugger off.
I don't think he's going anywhere. Although his projects tend to be not much more longer than 4 to 5 years. I think that tends to be his kind of like time.
Yeah.
But, it'd be good to see. 7, 8 year. That'd be.
It's for me, right? That is the only way we become next level successful is by keeping him at the helm, right? Letting him grow. Because, like I said to this from the last podcast, I think that he still hasn't got his squad.
Yeah,
a couple of games. Yeah, do you know what I mean? So at least have him chance to have a couple more transfer windows where he can bring in players. I'm sure from what I've heard from Monchi spoke before the Leipzig game in the Champions League about January, that potentially someone could be coming in.
Well, need to be outgoings though.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So, but that Louie Barry thing kind of makes sense. Bring him in, get rid of. Do you know what I mean? So,
do we let Jadon go again?
Yes, because get him out. Like, what is the point of him? What a waste of space that was. That was definitely to balance.
Well, I'll tell you what. Now, with the system we're playing now, though, as well, we don't need to rely on a right winger. like.
Oh, mate, McGinn played out there on Saturday.
Yeah,
10 times better when we did the Cash thing and played Cash out there. 10 times. He offered 10
if we
times
played
more.
the back three as well, like we got, exactly. If we play the back three, we got the wing back, then we don't need
like.
to use them.
I'm being massively disrespectful to Jaden because I'm sure he's a half decent player. He was quality at Hull on loan last season, but
he's not the level we need.
Oh, sorry, he's not, mate. He looks void of any confidence whatsoever. The last 3 games he's played for us, he's not willing to take people on. He just plays backwards. He just looks scared, and I think that's probably the fact that he knows he's not going to be number 1 picked. But that's affected Bailey as well. Because Bailey thinks, because Bailey started 7 games in a row when he was absolutely shit. And I'm sorry for the language, but he looked like a pub player. Like what was going on? And he, and Emery's done the right thing by using McGinn and Cash out there, and it's it's not ideal because it doesn't. Sometimes it restricts our width.
I really like Cash out there. To be fair, I think he's underused as a right winger.
Well, he's got pace, mate, and he just needs to look that end product. But that's true. Been true of him for the last 3 seasons. But I like Cash. I'm a fan, mate. He's my best buddy, isn't he? Yeah, mate. Yeah. I know that people will come down on Cash and know he's a liability, but I got nothing against him. He's always he's like me Bezzy, mate. He's like me Bezzy, mate. Cash, come on.
Right. So obviously, last bit's probably last like 5 minutes or so. Next up, Newcastle.
Are we the lads?
This is the worst time you can play Newcastle right now. They are flying high. Isak is my dream team is loving it.
And Boxing Day as well. Right, so another little snippet. I spoke to McGinn about this at Acorns.
What did he say about this game?
He was like, mate, you look at the fixtures and you go, Newcastle away on Boxing Day. Basically, they've got to come in Christmas Day. They've got to fly up Christmas afternoon. And then stay up. So it's usually if they're at home, they get to be at home and kind of,
to be fair, you don't think about stuff like that, do you? Like mentality wise, that must be really difficult,
mate. They are just humans at the end of the day, and it's a festive season. We're all kind of looking forward to it,
but to fly out.
Yeah, it's just horrible, isn't it? Can you sorry, for people like McGinn, they've got young kids and stuff like that, and it's just sorry guys, but we'll do Christmas after New Year. Like, I don't know. And again, it's what you sign up for. But at the same time, you're talking about mentality. Like it's not ideal. Kind of having to fly up the day before, and like I say, when they're already flying and they're going to have less travel. It's a long, it's not ideal. But and it's a tough game. Like you say, they're flying. Isak, they battered Ipswich, didn't they, the other day? Like just really kind of
got pace and power. So
I
feel like it's the exact thing that we hate playing.
And also, our results at St James's Park have been piss poor. Last 3 seasons, haven't they?
Other than that 3-0 thing, our results against Newcastle have always been troublesome.
Against
them. So, personally, I can't see.
Bring back Lee Bowyer and Kieran Dyer, mate, and just have them fighting in the centre circle. That'd be great. And what's his face handballing it?
What are you thinking about the lineup? Do you think any changes? Bearing in mind we've got them Brighton on. Is it Monday? It's the Monday, isn't it? So 4 days later.
Is it Monday or Tuesday? 30th? When's the 30th? No, it's Tuesday, mate. Isn't it? It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. The 30th. My birthday. Oh no, you're right.
No. The first is Wednesday.
Yeah. Sorry, bit of his hat's too tight. Need to give my brain a wobble. It's Christmas today. Who knows what day it is? I'm in that zone now where couldn't tell you what time it is, what day it is. It's kind of like just eat, drink, and be merry.
Do you remember the question?
The question. What was the question? Oh yeah, line up.
Any changes?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I would love to see him keep the same team. I would, right? But I don't think he will. I think there's a chance that he could.
This is the thing he's been doing a bit too much of.
Yeah.
Changing it up. Like last season, we had a consistent 10. Probably in that team, and they'd play even if they were playing like 3 games in a week. He would play the same team, and they kept winning and they kept playing well. And I feel like he's been chopping and changing a lot. And the fact we haven't got, I can't remember when the Monaco game is, but we haven't got that till the new year.
Yeah, it's January. I can't remember the date, but
screw it, play the same players.
Yeah, I would like to see this because also you breed that winning mentality, don't you? Winning teams even if you make 1 or 2 changes, let's say he brings Mings for Conza or whatever, or Power, whatever. That's the only kind of change I would look to do. Other than that, probably keep it.
No point
You know,
Bailey, something like that. Like, oh, no.
yeah, don't bring Bailey in.
Doing it. I can see him doing it.
Yeah, I can.
Training.
Well, like you say, if you look at what's happened in the last few games, he has changed it. It hasn't been the same, you know, and so let's see what happens. My personal thing would be, you don't change your winning team, particularly when you just beat the champions like, as convincingly as that. I think Newcastle will ultimately not play too dissimilar. They're going to look pacing behind counter attack. I think we've got to go at them to beat them. Like, and I think just like we played against City, be direct, kind of, because that as good as Newcastle are, the
Rodgers
defense.
and Joel Linton.
Yeah. Mate, I think Newcastle have got defensive frailties. I don't think they're great defensively. I think they've got a lot.
No.
I think they've got a lot of pace and power going forward, and they can hurt anybody on their day. Yeah. But we've, like you said with the Kamara, Tielemans, and Anana trio in there, I think that really solid. Like you've got a great playmaker in Tielemans who's been brilliant, and you've got two people who can really kind of break up play and kind of keep us in position.
Keeping Anana fit is really important. The guy's a little bit made of glass. It's like slightly more like plastic.
But I just love him, mate. I think he's brilliant. He's such a what a dude.
Little niggles, and it's really frustrating.
Yeah.
He's very good in there.
But it seems to me like he's played through injury. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Remember those times where he's been brought off at half time and kind of, I think there was a little niggle there that's probably just chipped away at him, and eventually he's had a few weeks break and now he's back. So hopefully, fingers crossed, mate, that's him done. He can keep himself fit.
What's your prediction?
I said it at the start, mate. I want a 1-0 victory. Give me a 1-0, kind of just to scrape it, kind of. I'll take that.
I'm going.
And Durant to score.
I'm on a Villa podcast. I can't have Villa to lose, but so I'll go with a Desmond. I'll go with a 2-2.
2-2. Okay.
Yeah, I think it'll be a 2-2. I think it'll be a really tight game. I think we will probably. I think it'll be one of those ones. Maybe it'll be like a positive 2-2 where we go behind twice and we come back to a draw.
We'll come back. Well, it wouldn't be the worst thing. As I said,
I take a draw all day.
Well, I said I'm a little short. Like I'd take a draw. I think a point away from home is always like we always say that a point away from home is a good result.
Create an unbeaten run. That's what we need to do.
And then beat Brighton at home. I would take 7 points out of those 3 games. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like that would be a massive achievement, and puts us right back in the mix again.
And your hot take?
Hot take? Oh. Okay. I don't know about this one. Okay, my hot take. No, do you know what? Because I said Durant to score, but I really want Tielemans to score.
He doesn't shoot enough.
No, he doesn't. Well, I think he's
back in the day. He scored bangers.
Yeah. He's got that ability, hasn't he? And it's similar to what what Dougie used to do, where you go, mate, you can shoot. Just get in that position, have a go. So I would love because of his performance against City on Saturday. I think a goal from him would be like I'm going back to the Coutinho days, mate. I want to see a 40-yard screamer because that's what he's capable of. Win the game, absolute scenes, right? Make Boxing Day. I've got to go around to my mother-in-law's on Boxing Day, right? Which is always fun, right? Can't wait, mummy. Hope you see you. Looking forward to it. Chips and stuff. It would be nice to kind of because that's where I'll be watching the game. It's 9 o'clock kickoff, isn't it, on Amazon?
Newcastle. I'm not 100% sure. I know the Brighton game is like 8:15 or something.
No, 7:45. I've got corporate tickets for that. Thanks to Acorns. Good shout out to them. Come on, beer. That's the day before my birthday. Keep them coming, by the way. I'll have all the corporates. I'll be a prawn eating fan by the end of it. Don't you worry.
I've got it. I've never been corporate. I've always wanted to go corporate.
Mate.
Yeah.
Well, watch this space. We'll get you there.
I'll get there at some point.
Come on, please. Take pity on us. Get James and I in corporate so we can just do a podcast live from there. Every week we follow from some sort of box.
My hot take is Luca Dean free kick. The guy keeps doing it for France.
Good shout, that mate. That's a good shout.
Did he hit? Did he hit the bar? Something recently? No, he didn't. Did he? I think we were sat at the game and we were like, "Come on, Luca! You've done it for France." And then I always forget. I always think about that one where Bailey shrugged it off him and then smacked it into Rose Ed. And I was like, Anyway, that'll probably do us for today. But yes, hopefully Newcastle result will be good. We'll see how we get on. See how City get on with the rest of their season. But
well, as it's Boxing Day, there's a good chance there's going to be a drunken short. Come on, like from me.
Can't wait.
Right, so watch this space. So apologies in advance, everyone. It's Christmas. I make no apologies, really. I am apologising, but I make no apologies because we've got one game on Boxing Day, and then the Brighton game is the day before my birthday, and so I'm at corporate. So I'll probably do a little thing from where we are to give you maybe a review because it's the gas lamp. I've never been to the gas lamp.
Yeah, we probably won't do another one of these until then, because the 31st is your birthday, so you're not going to do that.
No.
So, okay, we'll think about where it'll be. It'll probably be after in the new year, I guess. So in 2025.
Yeah, 2025. We'll have something to talk about then, won't we? Maybe do a program because it'll be a Newcastle game, Brighton game, and see where we're at.
All sorts going on.
Yeah.
Right, awesome. Well, thanks everyone as always. So if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you loved it, give it a sub. And
yes,
as always, we always want to know what your thoughts are. So drop them down in the comments. We always read them. We always reply.
Interact with us, baby. We want to talk to you. We do. We're lonely.
And I think, guys, we're on like social channels, aren't we?
Yeah, so we're on TikTok and Blue Sky? I don't really know about that, but
I don't understand Blue Sky.
It's like Twitter. We're on Twitter, but I'm not too keen on Elon Musk. He's a bit of a knob, and he's trying to take over the world, or X, whatever.
The X thing.
And yeah, so check us out on socials, on Instagram and Facebook and all that kind of stuff. So we are around every week. We follow. Just kind of please like, subscribe, spread it long and wide, and you can keep hearing my annoying voice and Brummie accent. Which, by the way, you get ripped into. I was in Mansfield and I was doing those shorts, and obviously they're all from that area, and they're all taking the piss out of me. Yeah, like, oh look, he's doing his podcast. I am not from Dudley. It's not that bad, but I guess the further north you go, like, I guess it sounds. Whatever. But
everyone at work said my voice is not that Brummie.
Yeah.
You are rather Brummie.
Yeah.
Well, brilliant. Anyway, thanks everyone, and we'll catch you next time.
Yeah. Merry Christmas, everyone. Stay safe. Every week we follow.